What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Rono Wins. It's the greatest and the latest, the boldest and the coldest, aka Platinum with no features. And welcome to the Outlet Podcast, man. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm finna go fucking get some food and a biscuit. I'm down here in Florida, Ubering. Turn my damn, what's the name on? I'm down here in Florida, pretty much just Ubering, you know what I'm saying? And just, getting by, basically. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm dealing how I'm dealing, so I'm alright. But what I really wanted to talk to you about is this movie I just watched. Now, it's not like a favorite, but I remember watching it a while back. And it's called The Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. Basically is I don't know the white dude's name that plays it. You know what I'm saying? But the basic premise of it is this guy's pretty much an asshole and he's pretty much a player, you know what I'm saying? Womanizer, likes to sleep around and fuck different chicks and shit. And then he has a younger brother. His younger brother's getting married. Now the guy, he's so hard up on his player shit that he don't have a heart. Basically, is the premise in a nutshell, right? So when his brother's trying to get married, all this other shit, he talks about I don't believe in love and yada yada yada. So the dude basically just gets visited by how it is with Ghost of Christmas Past is like Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. Basically, in a nutshell, it's like it's past, present, future, all this other shit. He goes to this big dramatic change and everything. They kind of makes him look at life a little bit different, and you know how the story goes. He gets the girl in the end. But I'm gonna basically call this one "Loving the Game." Not loving the game, but love and the game. Two separate things. All right. When I watch movies like this, you know what I'm saying? It kind of gives this false pretense of how life is going to actually turn out if you decide to go down the route of being a player. You know what I'm saying? Second, it gives this whole, happy ending feel, which you should feel from a movie, but that's the thing. It's a movie. It's not real life. It's not how life actually happens. That's why I call it life in the game. Because, there's a big difference between. Yeah, adjust my camera. I like to get these bad motherfucking angles. Jesus Christ. Anyway, while I work on this camera angle, it's a big difference between what happens in a movie and what happens in real life. Now, I say that to say this. I'm a guy who talks to different women. I don't make that a secret. That's not something I kind of broadcast either. It's not something I show off about. It's just a fact about myself. That's just who I am, right? And I've had people come to me before with this same perspective. It's like, well, what are you gonna do when you get older and you're gonna feel different and this, that, and the third. Now my dad is 55. Now he has I think like 7, 8 girlfriends. He has a woman in different state. He does the union thing, so he's been meeting women all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And but the one woman he does care about is my mom. And I remember when I was 18, I used to get pissed off about all that shit. Like he would do things like, cheat to be blunt. You know what I'm saying? I used to be kind of angry about it. But now that I'm older, you know what I'm saying? That's, me when I was 18. Now that I'm 30, it's kind of like, I understand why it went down like that. You know what I'm saying? Because for him, being in love with one woman didn't work for him. And I know I'm saying this about my own mother, but I'm just saying, like, my mom's the kind of person, she's in church and, she don't do all that dealing around with other dudes. Like, even when I was a kid, I've never seen my mom bring another man into the house. Not once. Not once. I've never even seen her so much as date that there are guys that come around and try to talk to my mom and bring her like fruits and stuff, flowers, little corny shit that, these older guys do. And hey, you need help with your light bill, this and the third. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that stuff that goes on. And what I'm basically saying is, you know what I'm saying? The premise of this movie was really, to be blunt, it wasn't that the guy was bad for being a player. It's because he was an asshole. Listen, this dude dished out on chicks and never called him again. He did a lot of dog ass shit, really. Well, white man dog shit. He basically just fucked girls and left in the morning. He wasn't like scamming and using chicks for their credit cards. It wasn't none of that shit. It was just a lot of chicks that, slept with a dude who they thought loved him, because that was really what he did. He pretty much like, he basically was dishonest, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't telling the girls he really wanted to just sleep with them. He made them believe that he really wanted them to be with him, when in actuality he just really wanted to sleep with them. And two, anytime somebody ever got close to him, well, three, two, anytime somebody ever got close to him in this premise of this movie, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much was like, nah, I don't want to fuck with it. And, you know, and here's the difference between that and, you know, real life. Real life is you can have different girls, like 5 or 6 girlfriends, they all love you, and you can, listen, it's okay to love motherfuckers. Like, that's basically the point I'm trying to get across. It is okay to be in love with people. Love is not something you should be afraid of. It should be embraced. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the game and the reality of it is, shit, it's not easy to necessarily be with one woman. Some guys are not meant for that lifestyle. Like, his brother was the type of dude that wanted to be married. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't him, at least in the beginning. He eventually turned around and got his life, you know, got his shit together, crashed his car in a lake, basically. You know what I'm saying? To motherfucking get his brother's girlfriend and, you know, bring her back to the wedding, because she had got so done with his shit that she was just finna fly off in the airport and leave the motherfucker. Like, the nigga was really an asshole on the slick, like, being like, oh, you slept with, you know, basically bringing up old shit about his younger brother. It's just, you know, a bunch of, like, stupid shit that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But the guy, man, it's just funny how they try to depict movies and shit. Like, you know, the nigga really was on some type of shit where it's like, oh, being a player is a dead-end thing. It's really not a dead-end thing. I know motherfuckers in their 60s, they still be about that shit. My granddaddy, for instance, me and him went to his eye doctor appointment the other day. Now, we stopped in and get some chicken after the appointment's over with. And this motherfucker still trying to talk to motherfuckers that's like security guards and women that's working the register. And I was like, damn, my granddaddy must have really been hell back in his day. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm basically getting at in this premise is like some of that shit is in people. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel that way about myself. Like, I enjoy my life so much more being able to, you know, pick and choose when I want to deal or when I want to hang out, or, you know, vibing with girls when I want to vibe with girls. Like, it ain't even like a type of thing right nowadays where I'm just like, you know, hoeing hard in the yard. Like, I'm not hollering at chicks left and right. My point of my life right now is more so just getting my shit together. You know what I'm saying? Because after I put it like this. At the end of the movie, the guy was, you know, down to settle down with the girl that he really wanted to be with. The one that he kept his, you know, the picture of her in his wallet or whatever that he was walking around with. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this dude was ready to do that. It wasn't nobody did to try to make him do it, or, you know, he had done slept with so many girls. He was like, well, shit, I mean, what's the, you know, ain't that big of a deal to really be with one woman. You know what I'm saying? And he really loved that girl that much. There's nothing wrong with being with one chick. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody. And this lifestyle that I live ain't for everybody. Because I get that from my cousin. Like, well, you gonna be alone and everything? Like, listen, I'm chilling. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I just find it funny how movies try to depict shit like that's how life really happens and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah. That's not that's not how the shit really goes for real. When I really take a look at it and understand it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? You got some guys that's built for the game, and you got some guys that's built for love, man. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just the matter of finding which side of you want to stand on. There's nothing wrong with being a family man. I've been a family man before. I've had a wife and, you know, still got kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, the way it sounded, I said that. Fucked up. But, like, there's nothing wrong with having a wife and kids and growing old with somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a matter of, shoot, you choosing it if you had the tolerance to be with one woman, or you have the tolerance to be with 5 or 6 women. For me personally, it's easier for me to deal with like 4 or 5 girls at a time. Well, not at a time, but like, you know, it's easier for me to have my options versus like dealing with one girl. But all that comes down to preference, man. It's just, loving the game, man. But this has been Rono Wings from Outlet Podcast, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe.